Just to see them on screen again, Obi Wan and Anakin back on screen, even just trying to be who they are and who they were back then is gonna be top notch for me. That I'll be happy. I'll be happy. It's great. A lot of feelings in this one. Like I will cry multiple times. I would bet. I would definitely bet that. Oh boy. I went on a bit of a journey, to be honest. This is quite the motion of emotions for me. I had a power outage, and so I had to start watching it on my phone. I was gonna do like a face cam, like complete reaction to the show, and instead it was like 2 in the morning. I was like kind of stressed out about it and stuff, and started watching it on my phone, and it was subpar. I was not enjoying it whatsoever, and man, it was weird. It kind of went into my nightmares as soon as I fell asleep, and I fell asleep like halfway through the second episode, part 2, and yeah. It was interesting. I don't want this to be a spoiler thing. I want it to be like maybe partial spoiler, maybe spoiler lean later. Right now, this is just first impressions because I feel like this is needed. There's a thing with expectations that people tend to get, and there's a lot of this that feels outright Disney Channel friendly and family friendly, and I don't like it. I don't like that part of it. I think it redeems itself in a lot of areas, and I'm really excited to see where it goes from here. Yeah, see, I wanted to go through this completely, this review process. I wanted it to be like you see the raw reaction, and it's just all very natural and everything. But it's gonna be a little different. It's different than I was expecting. It's different than how I would have done things. And it's not going to feel right, I think, for a lot of people at first. I do think if you watch it a few times, you're going to have to watch it a few times to let it soak in. That's what I had to do. I watched it at least twice each, which is... I thought it was going to be 4 hours. Turns out, if you cut out the credits, the episodes are actually like 30 minutes long. So that's kind of sad. But they're good. They're full 30 minutes, I gotta say. Like... I watched it thinking it was an hour long, and I felt like it was an hour long, if that makes sense. But yeah, the first time I was kind of just exhausted, and I couldn't enjoy it as much. And then the second time I put it on, I was surprised at how enjoyable it was. So take it how you will. There's a couple of things that do stay, like, that I'm not happy with. And it's kind of the character Reva a bit, but it's not gonna destroy the show for me. There's so much more that I think the show is getting really well put together. Just again, it's not how I would have started it. I think it wasn't as gripping for adults to begin with. It felt a bit more Disney-fied, probably the most Disney-fied thing in some moments, but it works for the reasons why, to me. Like, I see thematically where they're going with things, and I got it. I think. Yeah, it's not promising, is it? Doesn't really sound great. Anyway, but that's about as far as I'm gonna go with the non-spoiler. That's just the very general, look on things. So for the spoiler part is a little different. It's a little different point of view, if you will. So uncivilized was the first thing I had to say. Cinematically, it's forgivable from a certain point of view. If you can just relax, let it flow through you, then it works. It just works. But there was definitely a Disney princess vibe in this, and it was kind of weird. It was just off-putting to me for a Star Wars thing. But watching it again, I did see the reason for it. I did see kind of a neat thing to really princessify this moment kind of is. It's again not my choice, but I get it. You know, it's like I don't think you would expect anything else from Disney. Uh, and yeah, it was a moment of where it's like not really Star Wars as much as Disney, so it's fine. It's fine. It's great. It's a great show. Again, I watched this awkwardly the first time on my phone and stuff like that, and just it felt off. It felt different. It was okay. It was again not how I would have done it. I don't think you can put that scene in Revenge of the Sith and let it mix with all of them. You know, nobody's gonna go in and add this scene to the movies. Like I've watched plenty of fan edits, and I love those. I love it when they go back and they add, Clone Wars scenes and stuff like that to the original Revenge of the Sith, and like adding to that Order 66 moment, because it is such a pinnacle moment. And they didn't match that. They didn't match the gravity of the situation as much, and that sucks. But it's not destroying it, for me. I just realized I have my code for Disney Plus in the background. I haven't put it on there yet. It's fine. I need my phone for that. It's my dong. Okay. Where was I going with this? I don't know. I need notes. You're right. I can read your mind. It was a very interesting idea for a beginning. Concept-wise, perfect concept, showing some younglings being, and I think one of those younglings probably is Reva, and that's great. It's just the way that it was portrayed isn't matching the original concept. So it's fine. Moving on. And then we go to the shot of Tatooine, and Tatooine's kind of cool right now. Like I like how Tatooine looks. It's pretty neat. It's pretty great. You'll like it. I think it's the most lively and realistically lively. Like it felt like Tatooine for a while. It felt really nice. I think that's something that was missing in Boba. Like Boba just felt like a set for that part. And yeah, production was great. Then Inquisitors come in. I think it would have been better to have more kind of a moment of them getting off and kind of like, one of them spitting on the ground, or some nastiness coming from them kind of thing. And maybe just more personality with them. I think they're lacking depth in their villainy, and even still, I think I think they could use some more. But it is coming through a bit more towards the end of all this, and moving forward with it. But we go from Inquisitors kind of introducing their intentions, and they're hunting the Jedi, and they find one, and they threaten him and touch his shoulder with a lightsaber. So he runs off in pain, and it was okay. It was okay how they did it. I'm not like trying to say what's right or wrong here. I'm just like, again, not how I would portray these scenes. I feel like they need more depth to them. The Force is with you. Okay. Anyway, I don't want him looking at the light. Okay. So yeah, we move on from the Inquisitors, and we get some Obi Wan, and he's doing some kind of meat factory thing, and that's his job, and that's all good. It's just even watching it again, I would agree that it kind of reminds me of like an almost Les Miserables kind of set to like start doing a musical in or something. At least the first kind of introduction to this place, and then later on as we see it, it kind of works. I kind of get it. I like how they cut to the engine scene. I don't know. The engine scene of like their check-in or check-out place where they get their money and all that. I like how it's used later. Anyway, and we kind of we see him take a slice with him, and he takes it to his pet, his horse. I forget what they're called. I know. We get a great Jawa scene with Obi Wan. I love that. It's so cool. It's like, it's neat. the interaction was great. I love it. Just, you know, he kind of makes a joke about the Jawa taking all those parts and stuff and selling them back to him, and it's just a great little interaction. Loved it. I don't know, it jumps around fairly well. You know, it goes from the scenes at a good pace, I think. I think I was more expecting just a lot of Obi Wan to start off with, like just a lot more happening in Obi Wan's kind of life, like people he comes across and stuff, and more lived in situation than just kind of a very typical scenario of that was just a little weird for me. It was just how different it was from how I anticipated. But everything that they chose to do, I do see as a workable way to, you know, go about things. I do think it was maybe the simpler choice than taking their time with these moments and exploring these characters a bit more. But Lars was great. Lars, I think he's probably the best actor of the bunch, and there's a lot of great actors. Leia is a great actress, honestly. She's a great little actress, and does her part pretty well. You know, Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor's right back where he's supposed to be, and you can tell he kind of fits the character perfectly. When they go into this Princess Leia world, it feels like a whole other universe. All of a sudden, it feels like the beginning of like Ella Enchanted or something. I was just kind of like in a bad mood after that, and but in rewatching it, I kind of see what they're going for. And I see how this was made to inspire, you know, little girls and be there for them. And I think it did that well. And then like Princess Leia represented Princess Leia pretty well. You know, very much the same personality. It was kind of neat to me to see that little Leia be just like big Leia, essentially. I think it was the right call to bring these two episodes together, because I don't think just the first episode would leave a good taste in people's mouth. The first one showed how kid-friendly it can be, how inspiring it's trying to be for a younger audience, but also coming back to that pool of the relationship between Anakin and Obi Wan, and the second episode really drove that home. I think it's focused. It's saying that it's going to be focusing more on Anakin and Obi Wan moving forward. That's great. I can't wait for that. There you go. Better. Like all together, it gave me what I was kind of hoping for. I do think it did it in a Disney way, and but it's the way that I find okay with. Again, I find there to be hope for Reva. I just like it's kind of, I want more acting moments for her too, because I haven't really seen enough of her to like feel for her in that area either. She does end up killing the Grand Inquisitor, and so that wasn't great. Because in Rebels, that was actually Kanan and Ezra's job. They did that, and it was a big moment for them. And it's a big moment in the show. Maybe the cartoons aren't as canon as we would like. They're kind of being treated a bit more like the comics in a way. I don't know where they're going with all this, and but I am curious. I'm very curious what they do. Go sleep. This is Yoshi, by the way. I think this started feeling way more like Star Wars, and I actually really liked a lot of Leia and Obi-Wan's interactions and stuff. Like I thought it was really neat seeing that happen. You know, I thought it was creatively done. I thought it was pretty accurate with Leia's personality. I cried. I did. I didn't think seeing Leia would make me cry. That's not the moment I thought would make me cry. Somebody's moaning. Anyway, we got we got a great 2 episodes, I think. If you watch them all the way through and you didn't just kind of get, I could totally see. That's the thing. That's really what I wanted to drive home here. Is like I could totally see somebody watching this and not liking it at all. And I do think there will be some back and forth on this. It's not going to be just hammered through perfect. We love it kind of scenario. I think it's going to be kind of back and forth. I did like the part where Reva came back and was like, basically telling Obi Wan where Anakin is and who Anakin is now, and basically how badly he screwed up, essentially, and so he has all that weight on him now, and like we're actually seeing that for the first time, and maybe he's had hints of that before, and maybe that's what his visions have been about and everything. It was great. I love their little recap thing. I thought that was well done. It's a good culmination of scenes and things to focus on. And we even see like a little bit of Mace Windu coming back. So I don't know. I think that was just a tease, though. Yeah, I think there's plenty to look forward to, and I think it was a win overall. I know there's rumors out there that like Reba takes over the show and stuff like that, but I don't think it's going to be as messed up as people anticipate. I think they just assume a lot from Disney in that area. I gotta mention the Leia chase scene, the one where she's on Alderaan in the forest running from all these goons. She doesn't have force speed. She doesn't have like long legs. She's tiny, and she's running away from all these guys, and she apparently outruns them partially. That's like the most unforgivable moment, but like everything else, the Inquisitors are still iffy for me. I'm not completely sold on them yet, and we already got the Grand Inquisitor supposedly cut out of it. I feel like he's gonna come back somehow. I hope he does. If he doesn't, then that really sucks for the canon. Like, overall, I liked it. And I love the cut from Obi Wan directly to Anakin in the backpack tank. I love the ending. That was a beautiful ending. Now, I mean, that's pretty much all I had to talk about here. I look forward to talking about everything else coming out soon. We got Miss Marvel kind of starting up soon, and apparently that's amazing as well. I think maybe Disney is trying to find the sweet spot right now of being kid-friendly, family-friendly, while also just making good story and good content that we can gravitate towards, even if it is family-friendly. I think maybe they'll still keep properties like Deadpool and stuff like that for the more grotesqueness and whatnot that we also want to enjoy with these properties, and I think they're looking for that balance, and I think they're doing it fairly well. It's just, it is going to take some adjustment for people, I believe. It did for me. But I did like it. I really liked it. It's actually something I will rewatch and everything, and that's something I don't say much about these shows. So, anyway, if you made it to the end of the video, you've won the prize of finishing the video. But if you like the video, I would recommend liking the video, and if you want to comment, I really want to know what people are thinking about this, and directly from other people, not just the internet version of that. I want like some, I guess, unique ideas on these things and how other people took it, because I am sort of confused on still some parts, like Reva. It's just, I wanted to see more from her, and I haven't seen it yet, and I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we're going to see some of that happen, but I don't want it to focus on her. I just want to have her established as a more interesting character, and we focus on Obi Wan and Anakin moving forward, and that'd be great. It's some more nightmares from Obi Wan, kind of like, oh boy, kind of like we did with Boba Fett. I feel like they might do something like that, sadly. Not sadly. That wasn't the bad part about Boba Fett. It was fine. Anyway, I think we're good. I think my consensus has been dealt with, and we can move on. Alright. See you next episodes.